Welcome all. Gunning to Old Trafford here with your host Shady and EB. And guys, not the best weekend for gunning to Old Trafford, but EB, take us in, brother.
Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. A little bit of a sad weekend. 1 point for Gunning to Old Trafford. Title challenge under pressure. Ten Hag under pressure. But we'll get into all of that. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch, in tune, and independent. Like a bill says.
Wow, well said, well said. EB, do. Let's start off with the lunchtime kickoff. It was a bright and sunny day.
Listen,
I'm not gonna lie,
they
guys.
brightened your day.
They brighten our day.
And to all of you guys that were laughing at Manchester United losing to Brighton, it was a tough game for the Arsenal at the Emirates. And the lunchtime kickoff is not a kickoff to kind of take lightly. Huh?
Look, going into the game, a lot of optimism in the stadium. It was an epic. It was a lunchtime occasion. Raheem Sterling being unveiled. That's really awesome. We're going to touch that later on. But going into the game, I was positive. I think my prediction was almost like 3-0. And guys, I'm going to go into it, and I'm going to go into it. What's his name? Kevinish. Chris Kevinish.
Chris Kevin.
You total bum.
I
Let's
love
get
that, guys.
into it, guys. And I never ever call people a bum. However, referee's decision is final. But Ibrahim, it's so subjective. Let's go through it, right? And I want to jump straight into this yellow card because, guys, understand something. 11 versus 11, Arsenal win the game comfortably, right? I'm not gonna blame Mikel Arteta at all because I feel that just before or just after the red card, he already had things happen. I mean, California was going to come on. He already replaced Ben White. Trossard came off for Julian Timber. So everything was moving according to plan. Thereafter, we get two easy setters. Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka. We don't take it.
Should
You
have
lose your
been
2 points.
should have been there.
Should have in the back of the net. So Mikel Arteta on point. However, let's get back to the decision. Number one, we all understand that we have the laws of the game. And the laws of the game are final. However, common sense, Ibrahim. Common sense over a law of a game. Now understand, if a referee is coming into a game and a referee saying, I'm going to follow every single law of the game, then you need to follow every single law of the game. João Pedro in the first half kicks the ball. We thought that they're going to be very strict on it. Doesn't get a yellow card. Gets another tackle just before that. Doesn't get a yellow card. However, it is Danny Welbeck does the same thing. My opinion is just this. This free kick or whatever happened with the yellow card, Brighton are in a disadvantage area. They are in their half. Law of the game is yes, if the ball is rolling also, I kick the ball, I get a yellow card, but you cannot take a quick free kick and you are going to transcend from defense into attack. You are right at the corner. So my thing is common sense needs to prevail. You're not going to turn that over into attack. You're not going to. So I feel no yellow card. It's a talking to and we move on. However it happened. Declan Rice a bit naughty, looks at the ball. And another point of the laws of the game, and this is where I'm upset about. The ball was not stationed. The ball was rolling.
But I think what didn't help Declan Rice, and I agree with you, I think common sense needs to prevail. And it's two things now against Brighton. You know, the Garnacho goal, clearly rolling in, touches Xerxes.
Yeah.
If Xerxes wasn't there, the ball is still in, but he touches him, they call it offside because of the law of
Very
the game.
harsh.
This one here, I think common sense should prevail. But I think what didn't help Declan Rice was the cheeky look. He then kicks it, and then I think the way he goes down, it almost felt as if he wanted to get the Brighton player sent off with that reaction for kicking out. And I think those factors didn't play in his hand. I think if he just was a natural kick away and he carried on moving, I don't think a yellow card would have happened. But I think all of those things building up, leads to that yellow card. But I agree with you. That's a light yellow, and I think it changes not only the course of the game, but it could be a decisive moment in the lead up to the title run.
Yeah.
And I know we're only in game 3, but against a Manchester City team that requires you to be near perfect, dropping 2 points against Brighton at home could come back to haunt us.
And that's what Arteta said. And losing Declan Rice on our next game leading up to the North London derby. So absolutely amazing. I mean, Mikel Merino's injury doesn't help at all. They're looking at 2 months at dislocated shoulder, so that doesn't help at all. But just moving back and just after the yellow card, Arsenal still 1-0. Ateta reinforces, he brings off Trossard, he gets comfortable, right? We now need to play the game for the next 10 minutes and just hold firm. You know, and we always say it's not a party without Thomas Partey. One lapse of concentration, one through ball, it splits. And this year, I was so sad to see it, man. Because Saliba and Gabriel, right up until now, for 1.5 seasons, have been
Almost
near
perfect.
perfect. Right? So, them getting split apart like that, Partey loses his marker, disappointing, 1-1 draw. You don't take your chances. And this is how it goes.
And I think that's my worry with the Arsenal. Abdul, in that, if that happens to Manchester City, where they go one man down, they push on.
Of course, yes.
They
Yes.
reset, they control themselves, they go again, they probably finish at game 2 or 3-0 up
That's it.
with a man down, or they close up shop.
Yeah.
Arsenal, I think, if they want to be title challengers, that naivety needs to stop.
I agree.
And I think a result of this, yes, the red card doesn't help, but you need to grind out the 3 points.
Of course. And maybe I want to ask you this here. And me looking in, I just feel that the Arsenal. I feel they're a bit tired, man. Is it maybe a Euros hangover? Is it a Copa America hangover? Is it the hard run that they had trying to lift the trophy? So I think this international break will do good. I think a lot of guys are on international duty, however, but get on your boots. Let's move on. We have a title challenge.
I mean, like Pep says, preseason is now over.
It's over.
The first 3 games of the season
This is
before
it.
the international break is like a preseason. Players weren't there for the full preseason. Players are injured. Not all of your teams are there. Not all of your players are there. And I think after the international break is when the rubber hits the road,
Rubber hits the
as
road.
they say. As
Wow.
they say. So I think let's not be too harsh on the Arsenal.
Mhm.
1 point against Brighton. It's a really good team. I think we take it and we move on.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
And everybody has been waiting for this. Eh? A lot of people have been asking me have I spoken to the grumpy old man Ibi. But as you guys can see, Ibi is no more grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
Ibi is no
Abdul
more
has calmed me
grumpy.
down, guys.
I've calmed him down. Ibi, do talk to us.
So Abdul, for me, there's a few things that happened, right? And I'm not going to purely blame Ten Hag, but I think he's got some responsibility in all of this, right? I think Manchester United starts off the game much better than Liverpool. We get onto the front foot, and I thought, this is exactly what I wanted from United. Front foot, taking the game to Liverpool, showing them that they on our turf, and we move on. But what happens is Liverpool catch us on one counter attack where Trent Alexander scores.
Mhm.
It's an offside goal, but at that point, I see the United player's shoulders drop. And for me, at that point, I knew this is where we lost the game.
The pinnacle point. Yeah.
That's where we lost
That's
the game.
it, yeah.
It's 0-0, but the game is lost because the players have almost given up. Shoulders have dropped, and I knew that attacking momentum that we had is now gone. And Liverpool are now going to grow in the game, and we're going to put ourselves under pressure. And lo and behold, all 3 goals that Liverpool scored were mistakes by our midfield. All right. If you look at it from a shot to shot perspective, Manchester United matched Liverpool on that. We had really good chances to score. We didn't take our chances. But you can't at this level be making 3 mistakes in the game against opponents like Liverpool and expect the game to go on. So, was I upset that Manchester United lost? Yes, I was. Am I totally upset in how we lost? No, it's because we've seen this. We've seen this movie before. Weak mentality, no commitment to fight for the badge. One bad result goes, your shoulders drop and you give up in the 20th minute of the game. And for me, that's the bigger problem that he needs to deal with. So just a few points that I want to pick up on. Casemiro. I know everybody's saying Casemiro's legs are gone. I don't think it's that. I think it's a lapse in concentration. I think Ten Hag is asking too much of Casemiro.
And I know, yes.
If you think of Casemiro at Real Madrid,
Mhm.
he was the destroyer,
Correct.
cleaning up, passing the ball onto a Kroos or Modric, and they were doing the progressive play. Here, what we're expecting him to do is do the damage, but then carry the ball and
Can't
create.
work.
It's too much. And I
Can't work.
think at that point, Casimiro in his head, you can see it. He's trying to clean, but he's also trying to distribute at the same time. And I think that's where that fault comes from. So for me, Casimiro is class. He'll always be class. And I think he's still got a lot to offer to Manchester United.
Yeah.
But I think Ugarte coming in maybe makes it a little bit easier for him where you could play a Ugarte Casimiro midfield
Yeah.
where Ugarte does the hard graft,
And if you
does
want
the
him to
cleaning,
hit the
and then
channel ball,
Casimiro can go in into the
progress.
final
Yeah.
pass. Yeah. So that's point one. Point two, I've heard a lot of Manchester United fans going in on Mainu and Collier. Mainu is 19 years old.
Just child, guys.
He's being asked to work his socks off in a midfield that is dysfunctional against an opponent like Liverpool. Give the boy a break.
Of course.
Mistakes happen. I was playing FIFA at 19. This boy is playing against Liverpool at Old Trafford at 19 years
This is
old.
one of the biggest game on the
Come on,
planet
guys.
on
Get
Sunday.
off his back. It happens. A mistake happens, leads to a goal. But I think it's a build-up of pressure against Mainu. Not now, but from last year, where we rely too much on him. A player like Mainu should be brought in and brought into games and let him grow into the team, and not all hopes rested on him. And I think it's really unfair on Mainu to kind of view him as, he made a mistake and it cost us
And
the
you know,
game.
Ibrahim, Arsene Wenger said it very, very well a few years ago. You you lose points with a young player trying to develop. However, that's the short-term goal. But the long-term goal is that he learn to obviously become better. But you lose points. You lose points
That's
for
fine.
these youngsters. This is called development, people. This boy is in a development phase, and let me tell you, in the next few years, this boy will be class. He's
100%.
already class.
He's class, but I think we should allow him the space to develop, to grow, make the mistakes, learn from the
Should.
mistakes, and kind of move forward. He's not the finished article. We don't expect him to be the finished article,
Still a lot
but we
to
should
come.
give him space to grow. And then Collier, 18-year-old youngster, asked to replace Casimiro at halftime, comes in and does a job for us. At 18 years old against a really tough Liverpool opponent. And I hear people going in on him, saying this boy shouldn't be near the United squad. Why do we have an 18-year-old? It's not his fault that Manchester United don't have quality backup to come in. This boy is really early on in his development, but he came on, almost set up a goal for Xerxes,
Yes.
won all his aerial duels, made progressive passes, cleared up in
I
midfield,
think he did
and I
fairly
think
well.
he did
man.
a really good job under the circumstances.
No, agreed. I mean, you're 18-year-old in a midfield and 19-year-old.
Come on, against a seasoned Liverpool
I
team.
mean, this is a, like you say, what a team. I mean, Arne Slot just going.
I mean,
He
Arne
just
Slot,
been given just a big pot of ghee and saying,
go and
enjoy
do
it,
your
brother,
thing,
go do your thing.
100%. And the last thing for me, so we've spoken about Casimiro, we've spoken about the mentality, we've spoken about the youngsters. For me, I've seen some mistakes in the way Ten Hag is set up. I think there's certain things that could have changed. I think we're playing too high with our wingbacks or with our fullbacks, as you like to call them. Um, you know, exposing our defense a little bit too much. I'm worried still that big gap between our holding defender and our attacking defenders. There's a massive gap in midfield that's always open, and we always overrun
And
in
it's where a
midfield.
team like Liverpool's going to pounce on.
Yeah, and I think Ten Hag needs to be better. And my final point, man, I love Andre Onana, but Abdul, the third goal, 1 and 2, okay, I can understand, it's on it. But the third goal, the positioning of Onana, the jump to get to the ball, those things are what you need your keeper to pull you out and bail you out in the end.
He's just so erratic, man. And you know what? Funny enough, he's my FPL keeper for
I
the
love
season.
Onana.
Come on, Andre. Come on, Onana. You can do it. No one can.
But it is what it is.
what
We
it
take
is.
the L, as they say. We move on.
Yeah.
3-0 to Liverpool at Old Trafford. 1-0, 1-1
1-1.
Arsenal Brighton at the Emirates. 1.4 going to Old Trafford
That's it.
out of 6. International break.
Yeah.
we rest, we recover, and we come
And
back
we move
stronger
on.
for week 4.
Amazing
Yeah.
stuff, guys. And that is.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And with that, Abdul, we
We
are
are
gunning
gunning
to
to
Old
Old
Trafford.
Trafford.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, guys.
guys.